So, if you see a child, when it is trying to, learning to walk, it will fall back in the same ground again. And it will try to get back up again, fall back on the same ground again, get up, falling into the same ground again. And the cycle happens for 1 to 2 years, and then, it can start to walk. And same goes with learning to write, like a child will try to hold the pencil, but it will fall. It's very complicated. And same is with you when you are learning new ways of living, new ways of eating, newer and healthier ways of having relationships. You're gonna keep falling back into the old way of living, old way of thinking, old way of eating. And I can give you the personal example with food. I have been, like, in this journey of building healthy habits, and I fall back. Like, I remember when I was changing my eating habits back in 2019 and 2020, I was falling, like, failing every single day. I was like, I will not eat this, and then in the evening I am eating it, and same again and again. And after a year it was so frustrating because I felt like I'm not making any progress, and I never will. But then I did, and I still fall back, but it's not as bad as it used to be. But yes, I do fall back. And for so many years we lived with certain kind of belief about ourselves, like, okay, we are not enough, we are not good enough, lovable enough. Or like, around money also, like, okay, it's very hard to make. And some of us comes from a scarcity. Like, in my family there is food scarcity and resource scarcity, and a lot of, like, ancestral poverty patterns are evidently present. Okay, so I would find myself just getting, like, wherein I don't have the money. Then, every month there will be a time that I'm stressed around, like, will I be able to afford the food also or not? Or like, my bank account will just come down to the lowest of the lows, and it keeps happening. And I'm like, I feel like, okay, I'm making progress, then I'm back at it again. And it's so incredibly frustrating and annoying and makes me very angry. Okay, and but that does not mean I'm not making progress. I was sharing all of this with you so that you can relate. But even if we are falling back, it does not mean that we are not making progress, because healing happens in layer. For the first few months and years, you gotta be very extra kind and gentle with yourself, because you're gonna just fail. You're gonna just fail, and you still gotta make a choice to go and fail. You gotta give yourself permission to fail. you know eh, you can't, whether from learning to walk, to learning to write, to doing your own laces, like, doing your own buttons of the shirt, to cooking and everything. You were failing. Initial steps are, you're gonna create a mess, and you gotta be okay with the mess. If you are resisting trying something new because you're like, oh my god, it's gonna be messy, then I'm so sorry. Like, that you gotta listen. I really believe that the people who are watching me, you guys are very brave. Okay, and I want to let you know that mistakes won't hurt you, and even the failure will not hurt you. You can, the reason why I keep sharing the stories of my failures, and also to just give you, like, that push to go fail. It's okay. You can handle the failure. You can handle the failure, and I know it's tough. It's so tough. I know it's very tough, but you can handle that. You can handle the frustration, you can handle the failures. But this video was not about that. This video was about building compassion inside of you as you are learning healthier ways of living. If your entire generational and ancestry line followed certain belief pattern, certain habits around, food, and certain habits around relationship patterns, have you, like, looked into the family dynamics of yours? Like, I have looked into mine, and I'm like, oh my god, this is crazy. and sibling rivalry and all of those things. So getting out of that, sometimes we feel like, you know what, relationships are too much, I can't have it. Yes, they were. Look into your childhood, you know, a child, like, look into your childhood, but like childhood home in your family, if people were too much, they were not, there was not win-win scenario. It's like either you or either me, that kind of dynamics. There were no there was no healthy way to resolve the conflict either never got resolved, or the it caused outbursts, unhealthy outbursts. The father is throwing the utensils and all these things, you know. So of course human beings feels too much, relationships feels too much then. Whereas if someone is growing in a healthy environment, they will not have those kind of relationship problems, unless there is a unprocessed trauma in a family line. Anyway, uh, the purpose of this video for right now, it is just to have a lot of compassion for you, and I understand you, and I validate the pain and the failure, like the failure can cause, and the disappointment and the frustration. And there comes a point, you know, like I, it feels like it can never happen for me, you know. It does feel like that, but I know it's gonna happen for you. Whatever the habit that you're trying to build, whatever, it's gonna happen for you, because I know it. I felt like I would never be able to um, get rid of my porn addiction, but now it's been years since I've watched porn. I really felt like I would be never be able to. I'm still working around food habits, but also like it was really bad long ago. It was really, really bad. So now it's not that bad. So I have come a far way in that. And I also, like with the money also, even though that pattern is still alive, but I know I'm gonna get out of it. I know God's gonna get me out of it, because in so many, like, and I have seen the progress also. Earlier I would not be able to even talk about money. I was refusing to even accept it as a part of reality, and there was like lot of pain attached to it, but I have been processing it, and I know the part of the process of winning is going through the phase of frustration, confusion, feeling like it's too hard and all of that, you know. So I'm okay with that. Yeah. Anyway, book a one-on-one intuitive guidance session with me for intuitive guidance, spiritual guidance, intuitive therapy. You know, if you have been, no, if you're not able to process your emotions, or there are limiting beliefs that you want to work around, you know, my sessions are very helpful. And even dive deeper, cultivate a solid level of self love for yourself, you know, become a very confident version of you with my like 12 weeks of mentorship. I really would love this. You know, I launched them and I'm super excited to work with you, because the in-depth work that God has been teaching me, and to share it with other person, it's just, it will fill my heart so much. And yeah, link of that also is in my bio. You can also donate for my rent, food, and basic bills. It will also help me a lot. And I'll see you in another video.